Alright, what's going on, my beautiful people? Welcome to part 2 of the how to counter Maeve with every single champion. Yes, there is a part 2 because there's so many advices I want to give that part 1 couldn't contain everything. I stopped at Con and now we're gonna continue from Con. I believe it's either Kinessa or Kinessa, whatever you want to call her. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So listen to the video well. If you are just looking for a specific champion, this is in alphabetic order, so if it is before the K, you already know that your champion, it is probably in the part 1. If it's not, then just listen to this video. If you're a flex player, you probably want to listen to it all. I know it's a lot of time, 20 minutes this one, 20 minutes the other one, but it felt bad for me to do it like a 40 minutes video, so I'm just gonna do it like this, and that's pretty much it. Kinessa or Kinessa, whatever you want to call her. Put your minds on the flanking sides, so if you are hearing it, you'll be able to hear when a mine gets activated. Another thing that I advise you is when you're scoping with Kinessa, every time you shoot, just stop aiming for a second so you can have like this, side vision just for a couple seconds. Maybe it can help you spot a Maeve coming up. Also pay attention to sound and be careful with one thing. When a Maeve ults, you're not going to be able to hear her actually prowl, but you will listen to the music be a little bit higher if she gets too close. So try to reposition yourself further away as possible so you can try to give one shot at least with the sniper onto her, and then you can just proceed to go with the normal carabine. Maybe put a mine where she's about to come. That's gonna allow you to also deal a little bit of damage. It does 100 frames per second. It's gonna help you, trust me. And the last case scenario, if you have to use your ultimate, remember her ultimate, you don't actually have to use the sniper for the ultimate. You can just use the carabine. It has a semi-auto weapon, and just try to hit her as much as in the head as possible. And that's it. You have reposition, get away as much as possible from her. That's pretty much it. For Koga, listen, Maeves with Colorize are gonna be a pain in the ass for you, especially if you're going Adrenaline Junkie, because she's gonna be trying to hit you multiple times while you're trying to, dash. What I advise you to do is either only dash when you're not being cauterized, or dash 2 times immediately, because the first time will be cauterized, but the second one will not. You're going to be able to clean the cauterized from the first one, so you can self-heal yourself a little bit, reposition yourself not too far but not too close, and claws are the worst enemy of Maeve. You're going to be dealing so much damage so fast that it's going to be incredibly hard for a Maeve to deal with you. Even if you go in Adrenaline Junkie, a little card that you could put in your loadout is one card when you get too low, you get like 20% energy back. This will allow you to actually have one final dash if you're really low. Advise you to have that card there. As far as from the rest, like just get cauterized. Death Hands is really good with Koga, believe it or not. And beyond that is just mainly you know how to play Koga. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. If you dash, you clean her ultimate entirely. So there you go. Lex, if you go with the newest talent where you shoot slower but you do a lot more damage, that's insane. You can try to get a couple shots into her and only use your dash if she's trying to run away, because you already popped up a lot of damage into her, and only like last second possible when she's about to run away, use your in pursuit, because it's basically auto aim. It's gonna allow you to get that person that's about to run away, but it's really low. And so there you have it. Don't try to use your ultimate against a Maeve. It doesn't really help, to be honest. What I advise you to do is actually get a little bit of Haven, but maybe get cauterized first, and just try to listen to the sound, see where the Maeve is coming from. Try to pop up a couple shots onto her, even if it's like a medium range, because you're still gonna be able to do a lot of damage. And there you go. I don't think there's a lot to say with Lian, man. Like, Lian against a Maeve is so easy. What I advise you is not try to use your ultimate too soon, but not too late either, especially now that she's about to lose that entire 100% damage reduction. When you see a Maeve, try to not use all your auto aim abilities straight away. Try to give like 2-3 shots with your normal weapon first, and only then try to use the combo shoot, right click, shoot, dash, shoot. Only then, alright? If you see her coming in a straight line, use your Q. Even if you're using the Eminence, alright? Whatever, just try to pop as much damage as possible before she gets close to you. And here's a little tip that I use a lot is if she gets too close to you, dash against her. She's gonna be completely out of, like, she's gonna be completely disorientated. She's gonna be, whoa, whoa, where's she at? I'm gonna have to reposition. She's gonna be having to use a lot of her movement abilities, and therefore you're gonna corner her down. And maybe when you know that she doesn't really have a lot more like abilities like dashes or anything, that's when you want to use your ultimate and finish her off. Of course, your ultimate will clean her ultimate, but I mean, I don't think you should waste that just to clean a Maeve ults, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Maeve versus another Maeve. What I can say is try to stay in higher ground than the other Maeve. Damage reduction helps a lot. Self-healing cards help a lot. Using your ultimate against her ultimate does help, but getting resilience also helps denying hers, and the same will go for her, of course. Like, when it comes to fighting another Maeve, Cat Burglar is possibly like the best thing possible, right? And you want to try to do that as much as possible, and save your 9 lives not to go straight into the middle of the fight, like, wait for Colorize to disappear and then use your 9 lives. You get that full HP, right, for the 9 lives, the health back, so it's gonna help you a lot more. You want to try to hit all those shots correctly and only use your dashes to reposition yourself. Don't try to use them for damage. It's not going to give you a lot more, like 400 damage, that's nothing. Alright, you can do more than 1000 damage with a couple of knives with the Cat Burglar, of course. So try to save the dashes for your self survival, so you can position yourself. Always aim high in the sky, right? Always go dash in the sky in the direction you want to get away from her. But at the same time, you want to be able to stay in the higher ground than her, so you can hit those shots a lot easier than her. Makoa, try not to save your ultimate for last second possible. If she's using a Street Justice, she's gonna screw you over. And when you're in your ultimate, be careful. Try to save your hook when she's trying to pounce on you, and time it correctly, hook her with your hook, and she's not gonna be able to Street Justice you. Cat Burglar also is a big chicancy, so I would go with Car or like Haven possibly. And beyond that, just give a couple of shots onto her, hook her as much as possible. Maeves hate the hook, trust me. They're gonna try to run away from you. She's gonna be forced to use her movement abilities, and you can corner her down into a little corner, and she's gonna be dead in no seconds. Maldamba, if you know that a Maeve is going for you, try to use your gourd to self-heal and save your slither for last second possible. Try to shoot her a couple of shots, maybe stay close to your team so somebody else can help you, because those shots of 400 damage are not easy to hit. They have an arc to it, and a Maeve is constantly in the air, right? The slither will clean her ultimate, just so you know. What I advise is to, after you get entirely Chronos with healing Maldamba, try to get like Death Hands and save your ultimate for her when she's trying to come at you, alright? Moji, you want to do as much damage as possible, but you need to get close to her. You need to be close to her to deal that much damage. So you try to right click, and as soon as you know that it's about to do the 10 marks, you get her with your left click, and straight in, you either have two choices. You either Tooth, so you use the healing talent, so you can heal yourself, and then you go into Magic Barrier, and if she's stupid enough and she hits you with a couple cards of like getting self-heals inside of the Magic Barrier, you're gonna be even having your entire HP back, and then you're gonna have another 1000 mark on her, and you're gonna be able to destroy her in seconds. Trust me, Moji is OP right now. Pip needs to have his movement ability ready for a Maeve when a Maeve comes. And when you see a Maeve hit the ground, that's where you want to aim. You want to hit her right there. AoE damage, again, Maeves hate that. Using your ultimate against her, I wouldn't say that it would be the best solution. But I mean, in last case scenario, if you're going like Pip healer or something, if you have to use it, then just use it. You're gonna be able to kill her. You're gonna stop her movement, you know what I mean? Haven, try to not use your potion to heal yourself when you're still being cauterized. Alright, use your movement ability to get out of there first, then heal, and then just try to shoot on her direction. Maybe you can even hit her in the middle of the air with your normal shots, who knows? Try to get Haven as well. That's pretty much it. Good luck. Ruckus, she's probably gonna get a Wrecker against you, so Try not to use your shield when you're really low. Try to use it in the beginning of a fight. She's gonna have to destroy that shield first and then pop damage into you. And in the meantime, your shield cooldown is already going down, right? And of course, you're gonna have to try to shoot your rockets. If you're going with the 3 rockets talent, try to shoot your rockets in the direction she's going. Always keep shooting on her, all right? You can deal headshot damage. Try to do that as much as possible. I wouldn't advise you to use your ultimate against her, but hey, I mean, it's up to you. You're gonna lose a lot of damage while not hitting anything because the Maeve is just gonna go around. Go with that, Haven. One thing that I know for sure is that Maeves will not go Street Justice just for a Ruckus. I mean, it doesn't really compensate. Cat Burglar is insane against you, so might as well just go Haven. Try to stay away from the damage as much as possible. Don't stay in too open areas. You're gonna be a sitting duck. Seris, as a person who mains Seris, here's the thing. You have a lot of combos with Seris, right? You shoot, get those orbs on the people, you're being colorized, you go into Shadow Walk, you get out and you then rend soul, you get your entire HP back, right? This is a little trick you can also use against Maeve. You can use your ultimate last case scenario if the Maeve is really good, just to stop her. But I mean, I wouldn't advise you to do that. Of course, if you go into Shadow Walk again, you can clean her ultimate. So there you go. And what you want to try to do is predict where the Maeve is coming and shoot in that direction. And don't use your Shadow X straight away, but don't use it the last second possible. You need some nimble or some cards with speed to get away from her as much as possible, as fast as possible, one Shadow Walk, okay? They're not gonna get eliminated just for you, so if there's a Skye on your team, you're gonna have a hard time, but hey, you're just gonna have to try to be as smart as possible on your positioning, hear the sound where she's coming from, and there you go. Just try to be that first person to engage. Sha Lin actually is really good against a Maeve. Sha Lin is really good at shutting down flanks. So one trick that I can tell you is that when you go into the withdraw, the hidden mode, you can start your planted in there, all right? You can actually select a position, plant yourself there while still invisible. Going with the explosive arrows, if you hit the shots, you're gonna be able to deal a lot more damage. So 2 shots and you kill her. And I mean, you get a shot, you withdraw, and then you go plant it and start boom, boom, boom. You can cancel your withdraw, not the withdraw. You can cancel your planted, so be careful with that. So if she's just having you as a sitting duck, just get out of it, all right? Don't stay there. Don't be stupid. Also, use your ultimate in last case scenario if she's coming for you. You know, even if she gets eliminated, it's gonna be a lot harder to deal with an invisible Sha Lin. You can even use your withdraw while in the ultimate to position yourself even further away from her and then get those shots a lot better. Haven also helps, and good luck. Skies are gonna have a hard time against Maeve because Maeve has a lot of movement, so you need to catch her by surprise. You need to come from a side she can expect, like from left and right, and then boom, go with your poison bolts as soon as possible and start shooting her as much as possible. Get that damage out of there, all right? There's not really much there else to say. All I can say, try to get movement, all right? Go with cards with extra movement, go with nimble, go with colorize, go as much as possible to shut her down as soon as possible. Maeve will just run away from you. Well, it's not an easy kill for you, trust me. Strix. I mean, Strix can deal with a Maeve really easy. You just need to train. It's more about aim than anything else with Strix, all right? Going invisible is not gonna save you many times, but it can still help you. If she doesn't have eliminate straight away, go invisible as soon as she gets too close. Position yourself really on a good position to get that first sniper shot, and then just burst her down with the pistol. If you're going unauthorized use, you can just use your flare onto her. She's dead. She's dead. Use your ultimate on her because your ultimate is really good to deal with flanks, so save it for her, all right? Talus, listen, as I mentioned on my previous video, if you ult a Maeve, she's probably gonna try to pounce in the air if she's smart. If she's not, then I don't advise you. I would advise you to use your ultimate to more people who are sitting too much into the back. Alright, try to avoid the Maeve herself. Try to go for other people that you know you can destroy easy, and only if the Maeve comes in, that's when you want to burst her down. One thing that I do is I have a card that increases up to 1 second, 5 points on the card, 1 second on the entire, you know, fast fire ability shooting. I don't know the name right now, but you can see here, this will allow me to keep shooting a lot faster, for a longer time, and deal that damage onto her. Use your punch only to reposition yourself, and try not to put your teleportation rune on a place that it's too easy for her to find. She's gonna be waiting there for you, okay? So you need to see if she's left, she's right, and then use your travel rune on a place where she's not. Haven also helps cauterize, and then it's pretty much just being able to play correctly. Terminus, listen, if she's going cat burglar, try to stop her from hitting those shots after prowl. Straight up, start absorbing all shots. And if she's going with straight justice, a little advice. Don't use your ultimate when you completely solo on point. She's just gonna withdraw a little bit, everybody's gonna hit you, and then she just comes back and boom, she kills you straight away. Your ultimate was a complete waste. So try only to use your ultimate when you know there's people around you, so they can force her to get the hell out of there. Now, I wouldn't advise you to go stuns just for her, but I mean, if you like to play with that, sure. I would go with the extra damage on the runes, so you can actually deal that damage at long range onto her, and if she gets too close, you then just proceed to, you know, deal damage on her. One thing that I also use a lot on my loadouts for Terminus is when I have my runes, I have damage reduction. Therefore, she's gonna be having a harder time to kill me, so good luck. Torvald is gonna have a hard time against a Maeve. If the Maeve gets too close, you can just try to silence her. But the problem is, she's gonna just try to get away from you. You wanna try to use this, and you wanna try to get close to your team, right? You wanna use this when you're close to your team, because then somebody else is gonna be able to deal that damage into her. She's sitting a duck right there. Try to use your shields onto people that she's facing. I wouldn't, like, there's not really much there. Like, Torvald is a sitting duck against a Maeve, to be honest. It's gonna be incredibly hard, especially when you're ulting as well. So be careful, get that Haven, try to stay away from damage too much, just try to be a supportive kind of guy in the back, and try to be near somebody that can protect you, okay? Tyra, try to mark her as much as possible, the Maeve, because then she's gonna have a hard time trying to be sneaky. And if she is not being, if you didn't manage to mark her, you have many different options to your disposal, but you need to know how to use them and need to know how to hit them. Try to shoot her as much as possible, and as soon as she's falling down or going in one direction, try to use your nade shot into that direction, because she's gonna be easy to predict. And try to deny routes, that's what I wanted to say, routes with your fire, all right? Beyond that, your ultimate can also help. Haven is gonna help you a lot in Nimble as well, so you can have a lot of movement, because you don't have movement abilities, might as well at least be harder to catch, okay? That's all I can say for Tyra. Viktor, now Viktor here, boy, you want to try to shoot her down before she gets too close to you, and when she tries to run away, you just have that beautiful grenade. Throw it in her direction. You'll get a lot of kills with that, trust me. I end up dying so many times to that shit, it's insane. Beyond that, don't try to use your ultimate when Maeve ults. Use your ultimate after the Maeve ults, alright? So you can use yours and hit people a lot easier. You know, that's the best I can say for that. Beyond that, just try to keep yourself away from her. Don't spend too much time on the same spot so she doesn't be able to find you really easy. All right, and that's pretty much it. Vivian, you want to use your shield before you're too low, because this is going to be able to block a lot of shots during the time she's trying to get close to you. You just want to shoot her straight away as soon as you see her. Don't ignore a Maeve. Just try to use your shield as soon as you know she's really in your, she has the best possible view on you. And beyond that, just try to put your sister drones on places that it's hard to get, and on the routes of the flanking routes, so you can predict her and see where she's going from, and just aim at her and deal as much damage as possible onto her. Your ultimate is also pretty good against her, trust me. Willo! Now, Willo, what I'm going to tell you is that Willo is an AoE damage. Pretty simple. Try to put the seedlings on places that she's gonna try to come from. Stop her from coming in there. And if you're not going Nightshade, put the dead zone on you. Because if she gets too close, she's not gonna be able to heal. And then just use your movement ability last second possible, straight up into the air. Get those shots from up top, a lot easier to hit. Trust me, you're gonna have an easy time against Maeves, unless you're bad with Willo. That's on you then. Ying, I advise you to put the clones in front of you, because if she tries to hit you, she's gonna hit the clones first. And a last case scenario, they don't have more clones, you just try to use your dimensional link. Now, one thing that I do use, a card that I do use, is that when the enemy destroys my clones, I have the reduced cooldown for the next clone a lot less, right? It reduces it a lot more, so I can just keep posting clones in front of me, right? And stay close to the clone. I'll be healed, I'll be protected, and then, you know, just try to use your VGS to warn your team there's a Maeve right there, and use your dimensional link and last case scenario or your ultimate. But be careful with the Maeve that has cauterize, she'll deny it, so use your ultimate and only then use dimensional link, because then you're going to be able to be teleporting all over the place. She's not going to be able to hit you, and you're going to be able to heal during that time. And finally, Zhin. Zhin can fight a Maeve really easy. I mean, if you don't know how to fight a Maeve with Zhin, I can't really be the one to tell you. It's more about practice than anything. Hit those shots, try to be always on the move, don't stand still too long, and when you see that she's trying to do damage maybe with Cat Burglar, use your counter and then go in Smolder, use the damage from the world as well, use your ultimate on her. You're gonna be able to kill her really easy, even without guillotine, alright? That's as easy as it gets. If you're having Smolder, you know, that's also really good, so you can have like almost a second HP bar to fight her against her. Up to you, you're gonna have to see sort of what's best for you, but that's it. Like, try to hit her before she hits you, and be careful with your combos. That's it. That's pretty much it. Alright people, so that is pretty much it for this video. Yes, 2 parts, 20 minutes each. I know it's a lot, but I tried my best to give you as much information as at least I know as a Maeve main, what bothers me the most on every single champion. So I tried to convert that into tips for you guys, and I do hope that it will help you. If there's anything that I did miss or anything that I said wrong, please make sure to go down in the comments below. I'll try to make like a pinned comment with the information. And if you're one of those people who are just watching this and you may not be sure if I said something wrong or not, go check the comments and maybe something there. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And don't worry, more X videos are coming up. Bye bye guys.